Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima. Well, this looks a little bit off. Hold on. No, it's actually like that on the Vita screen. Okay, so this is Instant Dungeon by Scott Matot, or Scott Matoff, the font doesn't really say. So we can go and change things in the options, like this is one of the weirdest things I see, just options. You can change the scroll adjust, you can change the volume, you can go see your high scores for the different mixes, and you can also go look at the credits. Scott Matot and Wojtek Valenzis. I wonder if they'll be watching this video. But anyway, Instant Dungeon. It's a sort of Pac-Man game with a bit of dungeoneering vibes to it. We'll go play the default. We'll go play the default mode just to show off what it is. So this is Instant Dungeon. Instant Dungeon is a game about finding a key and finding your way to the exit of a level. You can also pick up items along the way. For example, I've picked up a knife and I can use that to take out an enemy and get more cash from them. You've also got a shield, which if you hold it out, it will protect you from one hit of damage. And the idea is you've got to go around finding as much gold as you possibly can in order to go for the high score. I'm going to take that knife to the next level with me because knives are always useful. And if you get hit once by anything, you die instantly. So you have to be very careful as to what you're doing. Because if you get hit by one monster, your run is over. There's also boss stages, which are actually pretty fairly clever designs on the base theme. Remember, you get hit once you die, so this is actually pretty dangerous, especially if you're going for a high score run. I'll just grab all this. You can even do things like hit them with knives and stuff to slow them down a little bit, but not by much. That is basically a look at this game. I mean, there are other modes. I am selling it short a little bit by pretending this is the only bit of the game, but trust me, there's more to this. And I'm just going to play a little bit more because this is actually really fun. I mean, it's not something I'd go back to all the time or play for hours and hours on end, but this is actually kind of engaging. You get into a groove after a while of always getting the most treasure, getting the item you're going to need the most on the next stage. Sometimes you get really easy levels where the key is like right next to the door with inside of it, so sometimes the random generation can be a bit of a bastard, but then again, that's what random generation is, isn't it? Or procedural generation, if I want to use the correct term. Door's up here, so we have to go find the key for it. The enemies don't seem to move any faster. The main danger seems to be in the form of the boss monsters. I would like to see more varied monsters in the dungeon, but then again, I haven't made it past level 15, which might be a little bit more dangerous. Which might be a more dangerous monster, so there might be more dangerous monsters in there. So I don't know for certain. Yes, these things are dangerous, and I can just go and check out this level right now, but I can stick around and see. Oh yeah, this one is a torch. That's only really useful in the really dark levels, but I'll show off some of the dark levels soon. Music's pretty good too. It gives that nice little Spelunker feeling. Almost got killed there. All of the treasure. Level 12. So the game continues on like this. Might as well just skip to the next level immediately. No online high scoreboards, unfortunately. It'd be great if there was, but there isn't. It's a shame, really. I don't think we'll be seeing very many online high scoreboards on PlayStation mobile games now, because they have to add it in themselves. So you'll really only see it on games that are really focused on having that competitive multiplayer aspect, which is a bit of a shame. I'm gonna need a shield for this, so I better take one. Level 15. Ah, damn. So yeah, that boss is actually really difficult and not many people have gone past him. I've only gone past him once. So that was a quick look at Instant Dungeon, but there's more to look at. With the Love Studios, okay. So if we go back to new game, we can check out the other flavors of the game. Practice formula means we can train in the Royal Hedge Maze. So we can actually turn off the lights and make an enormous maze. So as you can see, this is what happens when the game goes dark. You can't see 10 feet in front of you, and that shit can come out of nowhere. That's actually pretty funny. And the torches actually do have some use. So you're just slowly going through the dungeon, trying to figure out where the enemies are, and making sure, making sure you're not going to be killed by anything. This is the same as the normal mode, except it's just, you've got extra lives. It's pretty neat. If you want to practice on later levels, you can do it that way, and then try it out for the action recipe. The Dark Roast is of course, a darkened version of the same game, only it takes place a little bit deeper in the dungeon, so things might get a little bit more horror-y, more pants-shittingly when, holy crap, where did that zombie come from? Etc, etc, etc. If we go back to new game again, we can also do the Adventure Mix, which is arguably the most advanced mode, but it's still not that different. Like, you just get quests every now and again, and the quests usually relate to basically just killing off something or collecting some random object that's being strewn throughout the dungeon. So, for example, you saw there, I killed one of the werewolves or the bears or whatever it was, and I picked up his corpse, and that was one of the quest objectives. So you just continue through the levels, doing whatever they ask you for extra points. And your DP will go into the high scoreboard. So as you can see here, got to collect 3 rubies, and there are 3 rubies lying right in front of me, which is nice and convenient. So the quest is done. I'll get my next quest on the next floor. Kill 4 skeletons. Grab the key. Another sword in here. Damn it! Thought I could get past him. But oh well, you get the idea. And you get points for that. You get points for completing quest objectives. I don't know if any bosses actually show up there. I got DP of like 25 and I haven't seen a single boss. So, yeah. And the final blend is the boss blend, which is basically a boss rush with the same goal. Get as much money as you can and get the hell out. I'm gonna pick up this shield because I might need it. I can show off that bloody boss again. Oh, so close to the exit. Oh, I should have deployed my shield. But anyway, that was a quick look at Instant Dungeon and all its gameplay modes. Lacking a little bit on the variety, but the score attack mode is actually quite enjoyable, very fun. And for the $2 asking price, I don't see a problem with this game one bit. Damn it! I wonder what the next boss is. There is a fair amount of content, and the bosses do add a fair bit of variety, but it takes a fair amount of dungeon crawling to get to them. I would like to see more advanced versions of monsters in the main game. Like, imagine a miniature dragon, or a miniature worm, or even a miniature wizard that just pop up in the dungeon every now and again. Whoops. That would make the gameplay feel a lot more challenging and a lot more varied, because you'd have to deal with more different types of monsters. That's the main complaint I have here. Put more monsters and more different types of monsters in the levels. Do that, and I would be absolutely savvy with this game. And I'd love to continue playing it. Alright, so a new boss monster type, which is actually just the dragon again. Damn it! Really? Thought he would have come up with something a little more original. Need to get up and get the key. I'm actually trying to go for a high score too. It is one of those games where you have to balance risk versus reward. And in a score attack game, that's a very important thing to have if you want to have some sort of longevity. And this thing can move faster than me. Thankfully, I can duck in between hallways. Okay, here comes the wizard again. The glorious wizard of buttfuck, according to the developer of Nunageddon, who was talking to me on Twitter about this. The only way I ever beat this guy was with a shield, and I did not deploy it in time. So again, that was a quick look at Instant Dungeon. It's $2 on the PlayStation Mobile store, and I quite enjoy it. Wish there was a little more variety in the enemy types, but other than that, it's a fairly good Pac-Man game that I can pick up every now and again if I feel like it. Not a problem. And, you know, I would recommend it if you do like this sort of game. It's not absolutely perfect, but it's a really good time. This has been Blue Maxima. I'll see you all next time.